Hi everybody and welcome. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon, morning, evening live. Today I will be carrying on the Roll the Prompt series because we all seem to be enjoying it and there's some lovely posts in the group. Thank you very much everybody who's sharing and playing along. It's fabulous. Some really excellent results. Anyway, whoa, no, be quiet. You'd think by now I would have learned, but no. My prompts for today are journaling card, pink or coral, that sort of vibe, digi, receipt or ticket, lace and nature. So, that was it. And I spent all yesterday evening thinking about it, as I do, and nothing came to mind. And then I got up this morning and I thought, I've had an idea. Ping. Yeah, I've had an idea. So I'm going to show you what my idea is. Before I get cracking on that, I just want to say that the prompt list for Mr. Green, the sequel, is out. And there is a photograph of it on the Facebook group, Junk Journals and Mini Albums. You'll find it if you go just underneath the front bit that says Be Kind. There's a sort of files and videos and stuff. Just go to the one that says photos and you'll find it in there and you can print it out and see what you think of it. There's some odd ones, well, slightly odd for me anyway. I've put grunge in there. Steampunk, that was not my idea, but it's in there. Science and maths, what am I going to do for that? I don't know. Painting, okay. Monochrome, that's quite a nice idea. That was Kyung's idea. Packaging, that was not on the last one either. Don't think collage was, to be honest. Newsprint, that's a different one. Washi, I put washi on because someone asked a question in the group this week. How many rolls of washi do you have and do you ever use it? And it got me kind of thinking. I have got, a bit of washi, and no, I never use it. So I thought that might be quite good. Travel, yeah, I quite like the thought of that. Insects, I know loads of you don't like insects, but don't forget butterflies are insects too. Fungi, ink blending and fabric. So really, all in all, I think it's quite a good list. I think we should... And there's only 30 on there. There should be only 30. I counted 30, which means that each of them will have to be used. Last time we had some redundant ones, but this time every single one on there will be done. Heaven help me. Right. The other thing that I really need to tell you, the vote that we're having for the beautiful charms that Kay has donated, that's Kay Fisher from the Paper Shed UK, are Mr. F's just started, his computer's just started speaking. It's completely knocked me off my start. You've seen the prizes. There's a video of the giveaway, the prizes that Kay Fisher has very, very generously donated. And what we're doing is we're running 4 separate polls. One is guess the name of the cat, one's guess the weight of the cat. The other one is how many buttons there are in a jar that I showed you. And the fourth one is what's my favourite type of flower. Now, when you come to vote on the poll. Click the one that you want on the poll. You can only vote for one. Don't go clicking all 4 or you'll be disqualified. So click the one that you want. Don't comment underneath. They don't count. So if you've just commented down beneath, go onto the poll and click the one that you want to vote for. Then all the people in the correct category, their names will go into a hat and we'll pull them out, pull 2 out for each category, and you will get sent one of Kay's beautiful, beautiful charms. Right, that's it. I've finished talking at you now. Now it's time to actually do something. Right, so today I'm using cardboard. This is a first. It's a first for me. I never use cardboard. And if I was to use cardboard, I don't think I'd use this corrugated stuff. But that was the idea that came to me. So hey ho, that's my idea. And I've got to make a journaling card, that's the thing. So I've got 2 bits of card and they're going to go kind of like that. And I'll give you some measurements just in case, on the off chance, the very off chance, you might want to make one like it. The big one measures 4 1/4 by 6 3/4. Smaller one measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay. But basically, if you're doing this, you need 2 bits of card, one that's slightly bigger than the other in a rectangle form, and one, the smaller one, in a similar rectangle form, but you know, in a little bit from the sides and a good bit from the top and bottom. That's it. Doesn't matter what size you make it. Those are the kind of, that's what you've got to aim for. Right, okay. So using the largest of the, I noticed this even got packing tape on it. It's just like something I would never use, but you know. So, right. It's just funny. On the larger piece, I'm going to put some brown. This is ordinary brown acrylic. If you've got plaid or Americana or fancy Sizzix paint, whatever you've got, that'll do. But put a dark colour down. I'm putting brown down. It's a bit of a, how shall I describe this? A baby's nappy brown. It's a fairly accurate description of what it is. It's not the world's most attractive, but I just wanted a darkish sort of colour. You could do black, could do dark blue, and anything, just a dark colour. And you'll see why in a moment. So just, there's no skill or grace to this, you just get your paint on however you can. But you do want a full coverage, and the paint that I'm using has got good coverage, so we're lucky, 1 coat will do.
Judy Off says it looks like melted chocolate.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a much nicer description than baby's nappy. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Hershey's baby's nappy. Doesn't have a ring to it, does it? Really?
No, could I trouble you to go and rinse that out, because I'm going to ruin it otherwise. Thank you, my love. There goes my glass board. It wasn't clean in the first place, to be fair. And this won't take long to dry, but I'll just waft it. I'll waft it with my Timmy gun. It's just a thin coat, it won't take any length of time. Well, obviously it'll take some length of time. Thank you, my love.
You're doing that with the roll call.
Roll call, yes.
Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Janya.
Hi, Janya.
Keong.
Hi, Keong.
Terry.
Hello, Terry.
Jean.
Hello, Jean.
Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne.
Sid.
Hiya, Sid.
Roz.
Hello, Roz. Hello, Jim.
Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Erin.
Hello, Erin.
Candice.
Hi, Candice. Nice to see you.
Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Stephanie Reed.
Hello, Stephanie.
Stephanie Des Roses.
Hello, Stephanie.
Jen.
Hiya, Jen.
Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Sharon Davis.
Hello, Sharon.
Sharon Alexander.
Hello, Sharon.
Tamira.
Hi, Tamira.
Dixie.
Hello, Dixie.
That's your lot, ain't it? Oh, Joe Ray.
Hello, Joe Ray.
If I missed you, shout out.
Right, I've dried this, but it's gone a bit crinkled, so I'm just applying some heat to the back, which has the effect of straightening it up. So it's now nice and flat and straight. It's not the world's most perfect coverage, but if I'm brutally honest with you, it really doesn't matter. Right, so now I've got my sponge applicator. These are not expensive tools at all, but they are very useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. Let me see if I can get that. Can you see that? This is Deco Art, and it's called Weathered Wood Crackling Medium. Now, I have tried in my lifetime, I wouldn't like to say how many crackling mediums I've tried. A lot of them don't crackle. And I've never had any success with the Tim Holtz Ranger crackle. I can't get it to crackle for me either. But this stuff, I'm going to say this now, and obviously it's not going to work.
It says, let's get crackling.
Let's get crackling! Oh, yeah. We actually had crackling at lunchtime. But that's a different story. That was on some pork that was in the oven. And I'll just say this, it had barbecue sauce on it, and when it came out, it was black as the Earl of Hexham's waistcoat. And I said to Mr. F, well, what my dad used to say is, when it's brown, it's cooked. When it's black, it's buggered. Excuse me. But that is what he used to say. And this was black. So, we thought that it was the latter, that it wasn't going to be too good. But it was delicious, wasn't it, Mr. F?
It was delicious.
Yeah, black or no. Anyway, I digress from the job in hand. So that's a full bottle. And this one, they've changed it here to Americana. So I don't know whether Deco Art were taken over by Americana or the other way round. I think they might all be called plaid nowadays. I'm not sure, but that's what we're going to use. So what you need to do is, I'm just going to put some out actually on my piece of work and just, you're right, piece of work, and just spread that out. Now, the bigger you want your crackles, the thicker you want your crackle paste. Okay, so this is getting a bit thin now, so I'll add some more. So try and get it all covered, but to a, with quite a bit of crackle paste. So it's quite an expensive job, this, actually, because crackle paste ain't cheap. Well, what in the crafting world is, if you don't mind me asking. If it's for crafting, it's like twice the price of anything else. A bit like weddings. A wedding cake costs how much more, many more times than an ordinary cake.
Don't start them off on weddings.
Oh, I won't start them off on weddings. So I've put it on basically going that way, and now I'm just going to go that way. It's not important, I don't think. I've missed a bit there. That is important. It obviously won't crackle if there's no crackling paste on it. So I'm just going back over there, just get it nice and thick. As thick as you can manage. Right. That's that. So that now has to go away.
Kim Rolandi says hi.
Hiya, Kim. Thanks for joining us. Mr. F, could you put that in a suitable place to dry? And thank you. Honestly, it's like a blinking servant today.
Just today.
Oh dear. Now then, we could talk amongst ourselves for an hour, and I actually don't think we'd find that much of a problem. I'd really quite like it just to sit here and just chat with you. But I feel I have obligations. And so I have already done this one, covered it in the crackling paste, and it's dry. So now we have to see if it's going to crackle. And honestly, it's a bit moody crackling paste. Sometimes it can do a day and you think, how does this not work generally, and then other days it just doesn't want to know. So let's hope that today's going to be a day where it wants to know. So I've got my saucer, and this is where the peach corally part comes in of my prompts, okay? So I'm just going to put myself some, this is what's it called? Americana. So you need a fair bit of, I'm putting mine on with a sponge. This is a bathroom sponge. It's unused in the bathroom. But we got it from the pound shop, and they were selling two that sort of size for £1. and it's perfect for jobs like this, so you don't need expensive tools. So dab yourself a good bit of your colour on, your top colour. I'm going to need more paint than that. And just quickly dab it on. Try not to go over the bits where you've already been, if you can help it, because it sort of stops it crackling somehow. A nice thickish coat. I've got a blob or something in the middle of here, but never mind. Deal with that in a bit. Right, so there we are. I've got my paint on. Thank you.
Let me guess.
I've got a blob of something here. No, I'll get it off with something. I don't know what. Oh, in the meantime, I've got to dry it. Yeah, once you've got your paint on, you can leave it to dry in the air, but if you want to do it while it's wet, I think you get... Oh, can you come in with the camera? Honestly, there's no rest, is there, for the wicked? Can you see that? Can you see it crackling already? Ooh, yay. When you stay too far over a piece, it actually bubbles up, and that's not what we want. Thanks, hand. Look at that. Look at the crackle on that. Wow, that's great. So yeah, the heat forces it to crack. As I say, you can leave it in the windowsill or whatever, but I think you get better cracks if you do it like this. So I think that's it cracked as much as I'm going to get it to crack. Oh, that's great, isn't it, Mr.
Cracking?
Cracking. Yeah, I think that's it, probably cracked all it's going to crack. Do you want to sort me out? Here, I'm in a right 2 in 8.
Do you need the glass board anymore?
No.
Can you take that away?
Yeah, you don't need wash it at this exact moment.
No, save it for later.
Save it for later. Right, I don't need that weathered wood anymore. So that is the result. I mean, look at that. It's flipping amazing. So, I've obviously missed these 2 bits up here. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're hearing me saying it. It doesn't matter. Right, so let's get the inking board out, which is a chopping board. That's what it is. It's just a plastic chopping board from Poundland. And it works great because when it gets really inky, you just take it to the sink and it comes out really clean. So what I'm going to do now is, this is cooled down, I'm going to ink around it quite heavily. Yes, that's what I said. It's just not like one of my projects at all, is it? But never mind. Sometimes you have to break out. So you can see why I wanted the dark colour underneath, can't you? Because when it cracks, you need to see that darkness. Or if you're painting black on top, you need to see the lightness underneath. Right, let's get cracking. I nearly said it. Right, so I'm just going to go over this, pretty much all of it really, because I want a kind of aged look to it. That's what I want. So now you see why it didn't really matter if we'd had these blank bits at the top. It doesn't really matter. I don't know what's got into me that I want to do a project like this. I'm in all, you know, openness. I have been watching Tracy Fox quite a bit recently, and the actual idea of this sort of stacked cardboard tag did come from Tracy Fox. It's not something that I dreamed up, but the decoration and everything is definitely my idea. Well, somebody will have thought of it, you know that already. I mean, there's nothing new in this. Right, so that's all vintage photo. Now I'm going to see where my walnut stain is, if it's out or not. I do not know. I'll have a look in my drawer. Ah, walnut stain. It's here. I know I'm using the same dauber, I know that. So I'm just going to come in from the edge, not as far as I did with the vintage photo. Crackling is a really good, I mean, you can do it on paper. I just chose to do it on cardboard, but you can do it on paper. Maybe not quite so thick, you know.
Michelle wants to know, does the crackle part crack off?
No, it doesn't. It's kind of like a sort of glue, I think. I think I have done it before on furniture and used a different thing, not this, not the Deco Art one. You know, a completely different company that's now no longer trading, so there's no point telling you who it is. And sometimes the cracks on that were so big that, yeah, you could, if you tried, flick them off. But no, on here, no, there's no chance. You'd think they would, but they don't. Right, so I'm just going round here with a walnut stain. Just grunging it up. Right, so that's kind of dark. So now I'm just going to make it even darker. Out comes the black soot. I don't know who's sitting here today. It's obviously not me. So I'm just kind of going to go around the edges like that and just really darken it. A little bit in the corners. If you like grunge, this is probably the one for you. But I think when it's finished, it doesn't turn out that grungy, actually. Well, it does a bit. So I hope you're all doing all right, behaving yourselves. You've been ever so good at posting your roller prompts in the group. Thank you so much. Right, there we have it. Can you see that? Okay. You might want to pull out just a tad.
In, out, shake it all about.
Do the hokey cokey. Turn around.
Is that alright?
I think that's great, yeah. So that kind of looks just a bit mucky at the moment, really, doesn't it? To be honest. But what I'm going to do now is, oh, blimey, back with this. I'm just going to put the tiniest little bit of this turquoise on, and it is a pearl. It's pearl paint, so it will have a sheen to it. So let's get this finished, then we can start building it up. So I'm just putting a little bit, and you really don't need much. This is a paint by Jacquard, and it's called Lumiere, and it's fabulous, fabulous paint. And then you just need a bit of kitchen towel, tissue paper, you know, the last two bits that you take off your napkin when you're going to decoupage it, that's fine. Anything like that. Just get it squinched up like that, and then just get some on your paper towel, and I'm just going to do it over the top. Now I don't know if you can see, but that's quite shiny, quite pearly, quite glistening. It's very nice, actually. So you don't want it all over. That's the idea. You just want it in some places. Don't forget, we've got something going in the centre, so there's absolutely no point putting this in the centre. So I'll just wipe off all that I've got pretty much. There we go. So can you see that glistening? It's really quite nice, isn't it? So that's turquoise. Then we've got the coral and we've got all this grungy inky stuff going on. So I think I'm finished with that for the time being. Right, so now let's deal with the bit that goes on top, this bit. And I wanted it to be sort of shabby chic. So if you want shabby chic, honestly, and I know I do kind of represent a few businesses now, but I would say that Grandma's Attic from my porch prints is the shabbiest set going. So with that in mind, I went there to see what I could have, and I found this. How gorgeous is that paper? It's really gorgeous, isn't it? And it is, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does have a sort of slight coral hint to it. So let me just think what I'm doing here. Just going to trim this white edge off.
Miss P, this is so beautiful already.
Who said that?
Erin.
Oh, thank you, Erin. I wasn't sure that it would be people's cups of tea, you know. I thought they might think I'd gone slightly mad. So that's just over 4 1/4.
I think that boat's already sailed.
Yeah, just over 4 1/4. 4 1/4 and just over. I can always trim it down, but you can't trim it up, can you? There we go. I mean, how pretty is that? It's just gorgeous. I love it. This is directional, so I have to make sure that I get it the right way up. And I want it to cover the whole thing. I don't want any cardboard sticking out. So I'm just going to make a mark there with my pencil where I need to cut it. There we go. Right. Making great progress.
Wendy Rush is excited because she's caught you live.
Hiya, Wendy. Thanks for joining us. So that is going to get stuck onto that, and something's not square. One or the other is not square. Oh, it's not too bad.
Wendy Rush says she's going to get a Facebook page so she can see your page.
Ah, right.
She's not on Facebook, obviously.
Ah, right.
Her daughter's going to set it up for her.
Oh, good for her. Yeah, we've got a great Facebook group. I mean, the best Facebook group. It's called, it's streaming across the top of the screen at the moment. It's called Junk Journals and Mini Albums, and we've just got the best people in it. I don't know how it's happened, but we're just such a kind and generous lot. The racks that have been flying around this week's nobody's business, I tell you. Have you seen them, Mr. F?
I have. I'm very impressed.
I know, they're amazing, aren't they? I sent out quite a few yesterday, half to the UK and half to the US. I think some of them have arrived in the UK already. The US, yeah, it's anybody's guess. The USPS at the minute is...
Pants.
It's pants, yeah. It's pants. It's quite frightening as well because, you know, I wouldn't dream of sending a journal or anything at the moment with USPS. Anything I send out, you know, above a certain limit, I don't know what the limit is, but, you know, in my head, I send with UPS, fully tracked, and, you know, they keep us informed as to where it is and what's going on with it, and I like that. Right, so let's just see if this is square. Well, something isn't square. Let's just see what isn't square.
Zanet says hi.
Hi, Zanet! Right, let's square that up along there. And just cut that down.
Jean says there's a character on Gunsmoke called Crowbait. She wants that to be her new nickname.
Crowbait. Honestly, she's not back 5 minutes.
I know.
She can't help herself.
We should have taken her further into the desert.
For crowbait. That Judy Hoff, she's another one. Partners in crime, those two. I'm just squaring this up because for some reason Anne cut it square. I think I was rushing before the live and it's... Rushing doesn't work, does it? Right, there we are. I think we're all right now. Not too bad anyway. Okay, let's put things away and then we've got some chance. Right, so that's the way it goes. It's directional, it goes that way. So what I need to do now is get my ink board out again. Up and down and up and down. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I use a vintage photo first off and see where we're at. I probably will, you know, use something darker, but let's start off with the vintage photo. It'll still have some walnut stain on it, but I'm not, you know, not fussed. Well, that's not great. My dog has decided not to play ball. This is very dark. I'm guessing it's the walnut stain that was in it that I said wouldn't matter. It won't matter, it'll be fine. The little brushes are much better at blending than these daubers, I will say that. Right, so there we are. That's quite heavily inked. For me, I mean, it's just ridiculously heavily inked. But, not content there, I'm going black in. I'm going back in with my black suit. Yes, I am.
Gone to the dark side.
I have today. I honestly don't know why. What's come over me. So I'm just going along the edge, and then at the corners I'm just coming in a little bit, just to darken it down. I bet half the people have left now because they think that, where have I gone? This is some alien person. Because usually I do pretty. Pretty's what I'm about. Generally.
Cheryl Telefuss says hi, she did it, she made it.
Hi Cheryl, well done girl. I'm surprised that Ki-Young's made it because I was speaking to Ki-Young in her early hours last night. So I hope she had a good sleep when she finally settled down. So there we are, that's our kind of topper if you like. And that's going to go on there. To my left, there we go. So yeah, that's going to go on there. So we have got this kind of coral thing happening. And I think that's all I need to do to it. Apart from add some lace. Lovely, that's great. Fabulous. So the list of prompts says that I need to add lace, journaling card, pink coral, done, digi, yeah that's a digi, receipt ticket, not yet, lace I'm about to do, and nature by the thinnest of margins. Mr. F keeps shunting me this way and I can't move my chair any further. That's it. Yeah, nature you'll see is just a kind of, yeah, not much. Right, so I'm going to use some black lace. I don't know what's wrong with me, all right. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. It's very, very fine, actually. It's just cheap lace, but it's really fine. And I'm going to put this on the bottom of here, but on the back of it.
Co's Country Girl says hi.
Hiya! Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you along. Glad for everybody to have everybody along. It's really nice of you to spend some time with us. I'm hoping this is going to stick on here because that's packaging tape. But we'll give it a try. I don't think there's a right and a wrong side to this particularly. So I'm just going to stick that down along there.
Everyone wants to know who's the imposter of Miss P.
I know, that is such a good question. I don't know who she is. She's somebody that likes the dark side. Right, so there we are. We've got that on. And before I do anything else, I'm going to put 2 holes in here. I've got some paint tagging off my nail. You all right, Mister?
Yeah, you keep wandering off the bottom, lass.
Do I?
Sorry, just let me tweak you that way a little.
Okay. Right, so anybody that's watched me before will know that I cannot measure by eye for toffee. I just can't. So I use my ruler all the time to help keep me straight. So that's 3.5. So if I come in 1 inch, that would be there and there. I'm going to come in 1.25 inches and make a hole there. And I'm going to come in 1.25 inches and make a hole there. That means that between the holes is 1 inch. Fair enough.
Sid said Miss P's gone off the rails.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I hope you like it. You'll never join me again. Right, so let's see if I can get these. I'm going to have to make these holes a little bit bigger. Blame me, I can't even see them.
It's a gene.
I'm going to wrap your knuckles. Get away. See, I nearly pierced it in the wrong place there because of you and your silliness. Right, 1 there and 1 there. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm not going to put a metal doodah in it. It's cardboard. It's never, nothing's ever going to happen to this, so I can't, you know, it's not even a tag that's going to be pulled by it, so I can't see as I need to put metal things in. I don't want to. I don't want to, so I'm not. And I'm just going to cut myself a bit of the same lace. If you've got something else that you want to use, that's great. I haven't got too much in black, as you can imagine. And I'm just going to push that through to that side and push it through from this side. Bit more, need a bit more to get hold of. That's it. Right.
Suzanne Sears says hi.
Hiya, Suzanne.
She loves the Crackle background. She needs to rerun to see how you made it.
Ah, well, very easy. You'll be surprised how easy it is. So I'm just kind of straightening this out. So as when it's lying down, it's going to look right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Is that too much? No, I think that might be okay. Might just pull it through a tiny snidgel more. I just made that word up, snidgel, but it sounds about right, doesn't it? And then I'm just going to glue those down. Down there. And this one the same. Same. There we go. So what have we got? That's quite nice actually in and of itself, isn't it? Don't say I'm going to the dark side. Oh, I've got so much prettiness. Right, so there we are. We've got this card that we crackled. We painted peachy colour. What's it called anyway, that colour? Peaches and cream. Got it right. And we put that light coating of turquoise that we just sort of dabbed on, sponged on really with a tissue. When it's like that, you can hardly see it, but it is turquoise. Take it from me. So that's going to go onto there. But before we do that, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? I quite like it. Before we do that, I have looked at some labels. The Tracy Fox labels. I can't remember what they were called. I mean, Tracy Fox is the queen of labels. Let me just say that. if you want a label, look on, I think our Etsy shop actually is called Love Junk Journals. Love Junk Journals. But if you want a label of any description, Tracy's your man, definitely.
Everyone wants to know where your fancy glue topper is.
It's right here. Right here. I look at it all the time, but I'm saving it, all right? Oh,
For some
blimey.
alone time.
I just love it so much. I just like looking at it. It's gorgeous. Lives right here. Do you remember that? I'm sure it was Flo. Do you remember when she sent me that ginormous paperclip? And I couldn't put it away. It just lived on my desk. And every time I looked at it, it just made me happy. And Carey sent me a card on one occasion. Candace did as well, actually. And I couldn't put those away either. They were just so gorgeous. I'm not saying that the things other people said, you know I'm not saying that. Right, so let's have a think about this. Now what I want to do is build up the 3D-ness. And you might have already twigged that this is never going to be a journaling card because it would fill up the whole journal on its own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top, whatever, another piece of cardboard like that, which is going to elevate it somewhat.
Tommy says there's nothing wrong with the dark side.
Well, Tommy.
Or the goth crafter.
Oh, the goth crafter. How would you know then?
How would she know?
Yeah, so I'm gonna build it up with this piece of cardboard behind here. Honestly, never have I used so much cardboard. And I think I'll just go around that with a bit of ink, just in case somebody at some stage looks in the side. I mean, what would they be doing looking in the side of a journaling card? I don't know, but you never know, do you? Folk are strange. They look in and say, She hasn't inked that?
Jen says it would be great for the cover of a journal.
Well, Jen, I was just building up to that. I was just getting myself revved up to tell you that this is actually going to be the cover of a journal. And what happened was, this is what happened to me, right? Miss Jeff's gone. When I did, that bird journal tag that I did the other day on craft paper, I absolutely loved it. I really liked doing it. I liked how it looked. Hello. I liked how it looked. There's no point inking on that, is there? If they look in there, they'll see packing tape. And I thought I want to do more of this. I really do. I've just kind of got the bug a little bit. To be honest, I think what started me with it was Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs. She did a junk journal out of junk, things that come through your door that you just don't need. And when it was finished, it was absolutely gorgeous. When she started it, I thought she'd lost the plot, to be honest with you. But when it was finished, it was delightful. It was a really lovely journal. Now, she has her style. Everybody has their style. And I have mine. And they're quite different, really. And I want to make a junk journal. But for some reason, we don't get circulars and rubbish really in the post. I mean, we've unsubscribed from everything you can unsubscribe from. So what I did was I bought myself some thinnish, well, it's thin, craft paper. Really is thin. It's 100 GSMs. I don't know how many pounds that is, but it's thin. I also bought myself some newsprint because that's thin as well. But look how floppy this is. That's 50 sheets and it's really just floppy. But I thought it would make a good base for a real proper kind of junk journaling side, this sort of style. So that's where I'm heading. And this, I think, will make a really nice journal cover. Jen, you're quite right. Right, so I'm about to stick this to there. It's about 1/4 inch all the way around, less than this piece. And that should be okay, I think.
Everybody says they're going to send you all their junk mail.
Oh no. Oh no. Please don't. I get so excited when it's a package and then it'll be blooming junk mail. Oh no. We don't get very much though, do we, Mr. F? I wonder sometimes if it's because we live kind of far out from civilization, if the postman just thinks, oh, don't need to carry them around up to there, and just, I don't know what's going on, but we don't get much. Certainly I'd have to save up for a year to make a junk journal. Let's give this pin a bit of a clean, and let's give my nozzle a bit of a clean. Keep things tidy.
Judy says when she was a kid she liked peeling the corrugated cardboard apart.
Yeah, I still like that.
There's a very nice stamp out of it.
Yeah, you can. We've stamped with it loads of times, haven't we? Right, so that's there. Look at this. I haven't even cut the lace to be level with that. Can you believe what you're seeing? No. Right, so these labels that I've laid out, they're all part of one set, and I can't remember which set, I'm sorry. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these here. This one probably wants to move up a little bit, to about there. Like that. That one in the top. This one at the bottom, it says natural history specimens. I quite like that. So that's there like a sort of plaque, if you like. And then this one's going to go just kind of up here. Oh, not underneath. You get the picture, don't you? You know what I'm trying to say. So they need a good inking. Yeah, they need a good inking. And then they need to be stuck down there. And then I can stick this topper on top. Excuse me. So let's get the... You see, this is how much I don't use black soot. I haven't even got a dauber, I've just got a finger thingy. So I'm just going to go over these, darken them up. Do any of you like this style? Or are you just putting up with it because you think I'll get well soon? I think I probably will get well soon. Now these numbers, I think that they need a bit of inking in between the numbers. So I'm just going to fold them kind of on the number. It just looked a bit bright. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Did anybody say whether they like it or they'll come and visit me in hospital? Right, so that's going to go there, and then just this one. Just grunge it up. Right, oh no, I need the bottom of that one as well. Right, okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. So, what I'm going to do now is actually place these and stick them down. I can't stick them to the back of here because some of them aren't deep enough to go there. So I need to stick them down to this baseboard first. So let's get that placed exactly. That one wants to disappear. Let's get this exactly where I want it. Just down a little bit, down, down, down. I think that's about it there. I think that is about it, yes. Right, let's stick the numbers on first then.
Kyung says it's a favourite wrap so far. It's so fancy.
Favourite wrap?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Roller prompt.
Oh!
Keep up.
Honestly, I'm rubbish. So Keung thinks it's fancy.
Yep.
Wow. We've hit the big time. Right, so that's that down there. That's where I want it, so that's a good thing. This is going on the top, and I want it sticking out a fair bit. Yeah. Yes, Jen, I thought this would make a really good journal cover. But wait till you see it finished before we decide. Okay, so this is going to go just like that. Let me just check. Not square, not square, square. Okay, let's push that down. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to wipe my nose. I've got a really itchy nose. And it's annoying me. I don't know what all that's about, I'm sure. Right, so that's there. So this little one is going down the other side. In there. Like that. Just in a little bit from the edge, but not much. Lovely. And then we've got the big one at the bottom. So we're progressing, but we are not finished. Right, so I want that not necessarily tucked under there, because I want that to be kind of the title, Natural History. So let's just pick that up and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's about right. Just managed to get some peach paint on there, but never mind. Yeah, right, so there we are. All's well so far. Now all I need to do is stick this on. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do it by eye. So it'll either be right or it'll be wrong. You could use your double-sided for this, but I'm trusting to my new pal, which is this acrylic glue, which is, yeah, I can't remember its name, glitter glue, art glitter glue. Right, so I'm going to have to lift this up, guys, because otherwise I haven't got a chance.
Jenya said if she was to try this, I would get annoyed because it wouldn't look like Miss Peas, and then the profanity comes out.
Profanity, Janya?
Far too much of a lady.
I have spoken to Janya before about profanities. Actually. Haven't we, Janya? Right, so press that down. And of course it's elevated because we put it on that bit of cardboard behind it. And I think that's beginning to look really, really quite nice.
Jen says, gluing without a ruler and not snipping off the lace edges. Who is this?
I know. Who indeed is this? It feels like me. It's wearing my clothes. It's as fat as I am. Maybe it's me. Right, let's just have a sip of my drink.
Because we're not over yet.
Because we are not over yet, Mr. F. You're quite right. Right, okay, now for the next bit. Which involves this fellow. Nature. Oh, I think I need the bigger one. What happened to the bigger one? Here's the bigger one. These are a big die set, and you know, you cut one, you cut them both sort of thing. One's smaller, which is a bit more manageable, but I want this stupidly large one because that's going to go there. But obviously we have to do something to it first. You can't just stick it on like that. This is watercolour paper. It's thin. It is Bockingford, but it's very thin. I've got so much stuff out today. Right, let's get this out first. The good old inking board. Now then, the first thing I'm going to do is find a paintbrush. Yeah, this one will do nicely. And I'm going to go back to the brown that I put underneath the crackle. This melted chocolate brown. So I don't need very much. It's probably way too much, but it's out now. And I'm just going to go just kind of around the edge of his wingage. You don't have to be exact about this at all. I mean, truly, you don't. But coverage is good. This is when you realise why you paid all that money for those expensive paints, because they have excellent coverage. Just come in a little bit there. So this is all I'm doing. Anybody can do this. I'm just daubing on paint. So there we are. I've got the brown around the edge. Now then, the next thing I'm going to do is put me some peaches and cream paint out. The brown hasn't dried fully yet. That's fine. So, and my brush isn't clean either. It's still got brown on it. I might wipe it off a little bit, but it's still got brown on it. So I'm just going to pick some of that up and just bring that in like that. And you'll see it interacts with the brown. That's fine. Don't worry. Bring it in towards the centre, like that. So that, I mean, anybody can do this. This is not a skilled thing. Same down here. Just go slightly over the brown so you can pick any up that's still damp. Bring it into the centre. Like that. And try and leave a sort of line, cleanish line along there where the top wing and the bottom wing, I don't know what happens to them, intersect, go over one another, whatever butterflies' wings do. Flap. So there we are. We're just covering up this this section, and you can see they've all melded together. They're all a bit. Normally I'd be having a hissy fit at this stage. Not today. No. Not today. So make sure that you go up to his bod. Otherwise we'll be down to naked again. And you just want a fairly clean line along there. Where the top wing, it's a bit of a clean line. That's a bit too clean. Like that. Okay. I'm just going to have to lift it up and have a look because it's really difficult to see in these lights. I'm just going to introduce a little bit more of this brown. It's just a bit clean looking for me, this side. I want it looking
dirty.
Oh, that is a bit too brown. Got a bit up here. So yeah, just keep going till you're happy with it, till it feels right to you. Bit of peach, bit of brown. Just keep going. And it'll all come right in the end. I guarantee you. There we are. That's lovely. And this is just a bit too corally down here. So let's have another go at that. I just mix the coral and the brown up just to give me a dirty colour. But you'll see in a minute that it's perfectly fine. Just have confidence, have faith that you can do it. Because you can, you absolutely can. There's nothing stopping you doing this. Right. Does that look okay? It looks a bit blotchy on this side, doesn't it? It's got some sort of disease. Some sort of wing disease. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go back over there because for some reason there's no paint whatsoever on that bit. Right, that's okay. I'm happy enough with that. It's just a kind of blendy sort of thing. I am, however, going to do his body in brown because peach just doesn't look right. Mr. F's quite correct. The die does cut out a centre. Yes, marvellous. Let's use that then. But you could, if you haven't got this die, you could, and you've just cut one out or whatever. Just paint the centre section in a darker colour. I'm using brown because I've used it throughout. Yeah, that needs a bit more of this mucky colour down there because the body isn't covering it up. Right, there we are. This should be getting on for dry now. I'm going to stick it onto there, obviously. Let's put the lid on our paints because I think we're finished with those particular ones for the time being. Stick his bod on. There we go. Lovely job. Right, let's see what I can wipe up from here. Not much. Oh well. Let's put the lid on my glue. Let's do the important things. Right. Thanks. Can I have that first, the brush, please? Thank you very much. I don't know what time is it. What time is it? Oh, have we only really been going an hour? Blimey, covered some stuff in an hour. So yeah, that's our butterfly. He looks a bit dull, doesn't he? Looks quite dull, but don't worry. Help is coming. I just need my brush from Mr. F because he's washing it out for me. I think it would make a lovely journal card though. I mean, even like that, even just like that. But he's going to have something else on him. No, Jen, no bling. I can just hear you saying it. Judy, can't type today. Probably just as well, Judy. Tree frogs. Snapping turtles. Wow. Well, they're talking about snapping turtles. We don't have that problem here, do we? Thank you very much for doing that. Right, so now I'm just going to dirty this lovely clean board again. And I'm putting out some more of this Jacquard Lumiere pearl turquoise that we put on the bottom. If you remember, we put it over the bottom. So I'm just going to I'm going to put out a little bit of that. Honestly, I've had this years. I must have had this the best part of 10 years. And there's still, still stuff in it. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Susan Hall did buy me a beautiful set of metallic paints as well. Right, so just a little bit just on your brush, and then we're just going to bring it out from his body up onto his wings. And you don't need a definite place to stop. Just go until your paint runs out. Got a fly around my head. Until you think it looks kind of right. So up to his body and then just bring it down the wings a little bit. The idea is you don't want to cover all of his wings, really. Otherwise we just painted him this colour from the start. So there we are. I don't know if you can see that, but it's absolute bling city. It's gorgeous. So same on the other side. You want enough on that you can see it's turquoise, but still so it looks sort of butterfly wingy. That's a description, isn't it? Butterfly wingy. Right, so there we are. Just give that a second or two to dry, and then I'm going to go in closer to his body and put some more on so you can really see it's turquoise.
Jean says gossamer.
Gossamer, indeed. Good word, Jean, thank you. That's pretty dry now. These very thin layers don't take long at all to dry, which is good if you're impatient. So I'm just going right up to his body and not going very far at all, but just bleeding it out so I don't have a definite line. And it'll take on more of the actual turquoise colour rather than just sparkle, which is nice, but I want it to be turquoise. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, it's beginning to look, I mean, you can see the turquoise there now, and then when I tint it, look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful. What do you want?
This camera, you might be able to see the turquoise more. Yeah, turquoise, people.
That's racist against people that are turquoise. Are there any?
There's bound to be.
So there we are, we've got that done, and I've wasted this, which is, what can I do? What can I do? Thank you, my dear. Lorna's been naughty today. Why? What's she done? What's Lorna done? Oh yeah, Lorna makes all that beautiful stuff. She's teacher's pet. Jean. Right, so there we are. So now what I'm going to do is get myself another inking board out and get a stamp, and I'm going to use this stamp. This is the one, and it's a Tim Holtz stamp, and it's called don't blame me, I can't remember what it's called. Is it out already? Oh yeah, there it is. Is it called Flourish? Down the side. Scroll work, okay. So, it's a red rubber stamp from Tim Holtz. Comes in a set called Scroll Work. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair in Pinecone. It's a gorgeous brown. It's a really good colour, and it's it's VersaFine Clair, so it stamps really well. Thank you. So I'm just going to go over all the stamp, although I don't quite want all of it. But right, so now I'm going to stamp on there, and I want this bit to go around his wing. Oops, I need something in there so as I don't, like that. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm just going to put that down there to mask off the rest of him, and pop this onto here. Excuse me, but I've got to kind of see.
All we can see is the top of your head.
Sorry. Right, there you go. I've just dropped it onto the butterfly. I'm sorry, I know you were getting a lovely view of the top of my head, but I had to see where I was putting it. So there we are, that's that one. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I'm not worried about getting ink on the back of this because nobody's going to see it. And just shield the body there, and I'm going to use this one for this side. It's just the way the lights glare, it's really difficult to see where it is. I think that's it though. So there we are, let me just wipe that off. Oh, genius. This is Mr. F's idea, it's totally genius. Look at it. Need something white behind it. Can you see it? Look at the stamps. They just make all the difference. So there we are. Anyway, that's that. That's that excitement over. Right. So I can put this away. Get my journal card out. And I'm going to... Yeah, that's still wet. Just going to give that a little blast because that VersaFine does take a little minute to dry. I think the stamping just makes all the difference. It was a genius idea from Mr. F. Genius. I'd love to claim it as my own, but my conscience won't let me.
By next week, though.
By next week it'll be my idea, yeah. Right, that's... It should be dry because it smells like it's burning. So that's going to go on this corner here somehow. Somehow it's going to be attached. Maybe there and there, actually. Maybe that would be the best place. But what I'm going to do is, here is the final bit of this. Journaling card, check. You can't even see that. Journaling card, check. Pink coral, yep. Digi, yep. Receipt, ticket, hello. Lace, yeah. Nature, okay, we've got a butterfly on there. You can't, and a flower, I mean, it's all nature, isn't it?
And a natural history specimen.
Yeah, natural history specimen, so it's all nature. So I've got this pack of, I've got several packs of these actually in green and purple and all sorts of colours that are bus tickets. And I've just taken one out and I didn't realise they come in two. They are perforated, so I could tear it in half if I wanted. In fact, I might just do that because I'm not going to have a whole heck of a lot of space behind my butterfly. So I'll put that back in that pile later. And I'm just going to sort of fold it up like that. And I want it to sit in there. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm going to glue. See how good I can get this. Yeah. I can glue from there all the way up to the last holy bit. Yeah, let's do that. So from here all the way up to the last holy bit and down there, and from here, I think it was the same. Find out soon enough if it's not, won't we? Right, now let's just see if I can remember how this went. Like that, I think pretty much like that. Let's just get a Timmy towel in on the action. Got a fair bit of glue there showing. It does dry clear and I can wipe most of it up with a Timmy towel anyway. And press that one down there. Yep, quite like that, you know. And then that hopefully will go in there. Oh yeah, look at that. And there you have it. There you have it, guys. What do you think? I think it's all right. I quite like it. I did try one earlier, just in case it really was going to be a flop. I haven't stuck this together yet. I haven't put the labels on it or anything. But that was that butterfly. So I've actually got 2 of these. So one of them I'll give away as a rack. The other I'll hang on to for my journal that at some stage will come. Who knows when. I can't tell you any more really. I will, however, go through what I said at the beginning. For those of you... oh, I've got the lid in the pin. Where's the box from Kay? Do we know?
Yes, I did.
One of our group members, Kay Fisher, has a shop on Etsy called The Paper Shed UK, and paint on that. And I bought my glue stopper topper from her, this beautiful purple one here, that I won't use because it's too posh for everyday use. And I got talking to her and whatever, and she's obviously a really nice lady. And she said, how about we run a competition? I'll give you the prizes and you work out, how you're going to do it, sort of thing. So that's what I did. She sent me these prizes, and I'll show you them again in case you haven't seen them, because they're gorgeous. Yeah, knock me off. Knock me head off. So there's this one, which is journal charms. I mean, look at them. They're so gorgeous. And this one, which is again journal charms. I'll stop saying it because they are. And this one, which is a scissor charm, that, if you go into a meeting or a crop or somewhere, you want to make sure you bring your scissors home at the end of the day. So there's this one, it's got sort of tree of life, green beads, pearl beads, and a lovely big lobster claw that would fit on over the handle of your scissors. So that's that one. There's this, oh, blimey, this is gorgeous. This one, and I can't get this to turn over. I really want to see what's on the other side. Oh, it's a big gem. Come on, turn over. That's it, I've got it. So there's this huge gem, huge beads, a feather, chains. Oh, there's all sorts of goodies in there. And these, I think you just hook onto the spine of your journal, and whoever gets it can take it off and put it where they want or leave it on. But it is a gorgeous thing. And then we have more. We have this, which is another one of those that you put on the spine of your journal. This one, it's just so pretty. I hope you can see it there. Yeah, I think you can. It's kind of pinky lilac-y colour. It's gorgeous. And this one is another scissor charm, and this one's got a tape measure, big purple bead, and a pair of glasses, which I find, I'm tickled by the pair of glasses because, now I wear glasses all the time. It's not a problem. But in the days when I just wore them as reading glasses, you could never find them. Never. And I like the idea she's attached a pair of scissors to the pair of glasses to the end of this scissor charm. Just amuses me. This one is another journal charm. Oh, look at that. That I think is my favourite actually. The sort of opaline beads and big pearls, a star in the centre. I love that one. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then the last 3, but by no means the least, we're back with glue topper stoppers. And this, it's the most gorgeous little jewelled sphere. And then these 3 dangles. Look at them, aren't they gorgeous? And this one is another glue topper stopper. Another little pearl ball there. 3 lovely danglies. I love them. They're my sort of colours. Well, up until today, they were my sort of colours. And this one, which is another big journal charm. It's gorgeous. With a sun and a turtle. I know that's been a topic today. So that's got a turtle on. It's got a big key on it. A heart. Oh, it's stunning. I mean, you need to see them. And you can have the opportunity to see them if you join in our competition. And, well, yeah, giveaway competition, whatever. I'm not sure, really. So what you need to do is you need to be a member of the Facebook group. Now, don't worry. We're not trying to steal anything off you, or, you know, this is free to enter. The Facebook group is free. Everything is free. But you need to be a member of the Facebook group, and it's called Junk Journals and Mini Albums. Junk Journals and Mini Albums. And you need to go there, join up. There are 3 questions that you will be asked. If you don't answer the 3 questions, I'm afraid your application will be declined. So it's just 3 simple questions. Just answer them. Keep me happy. And then once you're onto the group, you'll see that there are 4 polls. One poll is to guess the kitty cat, our new kitty cat's name. The second is to guess the weight of the kitty cat. The third is to guess how many buttons are in this pot. And the fourth is to guess my favourite flower. And for each one there are 6 options. Now you must vote on one of those options. Don't vote on any more than 1 per poll, or you'll be disqualified. But don't leave a comment underneath as to what you think it might be. The answer is one of those 6 things, and vote on the poll, please. So there you have it. More than that, I cannot tell you. But aren't we lucky to have somebody so gorgeous as Kay in our group who is as generous as this? It's amazing. Her generosity astounds me, actually. So, as I say, her shop is the Paper Shed. It's actually the Paper Shed UK. So if you pop over there, have a look at what she does. She does some gorgeous things. And it's well worth a look. Having a look doesn't cost you anything. It's just what you buy that costs you something. But no, have a look and see what she does. So that's that. And the other thing that will be coming up really quickly before you know it is Mr. Green, the sequel. Now, those of you that were with me last January will know that in January we did a January daily. The playlist is on my YouTube channel. Go and have a look at it. Familiarise yourself with the sort of things that we do. And we had a prompt list then for Mr. Green. He was called Mr. Green because the book that I altered was by a chap called Green, and the book just became known as Mr. Green. And luckily enough, I found another Mr. Green, another copy of Mr. Green that I'm going to use this year for my Mr. Green, the sequel. It's like Mr. Green Fights Back. And I did a video the other day showing you how I thinned him down and got the right number of pages for what we need for this. So once you're on the Facebook group, if you go to the photos section under the top Be Kind banner, you will see this is in the photos, and you can print it out and have a look yourself, see what you think you might do. For yours, you can copy, absolutely you can copy what I do. Or you can come up with something yourself. It's really up to you. But there's some very interesting, there's 30 prompts, one for each day of September. And we would be starting that on the 1st of September, running the whole way through the month. Most of them I suspect will be lives, but some will have to be videos if I've got appointments or, just some reason why I can't do a live. So there you have it. That's pretty much all I know today. Which wasn't a fat lot, was it, really? So yeah, this list of Mr. Green prompts is on the Facebook page. If you want to enter into the beautiful giveaway for the danglies, then that's all on the Facebook page as well. you'll see a lot of the names that are here on the live chat on the group. So you'll feel like you know people anyway. And that's basically that for today. So let's have another look at what I did. I made this journal tag. I haven't done the roller prompt. Mr. F's just reminded me. I quite like that. Haven't gone off it yet. Let's get the big red book out. Here we go with the giraffe paperclip. Not paperclip. It's not a paperclip. Right. So he should be just at the right page. And he is. Hooray! Well done, Mr. Giraffe. Right. Let's get the dies. Let's get a bit of paper for today. So I'm rolling this for tomorrow's live. Sunday the 15th.
No.
Yeah, of August. Roller prompt. That means it's only like 16 days till Mr. Green begins. Are you ready? Have you girded your loins?
Never been more girded, my dear.
Oh, well, we're all right then. I think I need to gird mine. I don't think I've girded them yet. For those of you that are new to this channel and think we are completely mad, you sisters, we are. But we'd like to think in a nice way. This thing that we are doing, it's called a roller prompt. And there are sections of it. The type, you know, tag, an envelope, pocket, whatever. Colour, that's fairly obvious. Paper, which could be napkins, digi, cardstock, book page, music paper, 12 by 12s. Focal point, I've got numbers, receipt or ticket, sticker, fussy cut, die cut and stamp. Decoration, charms, buttons, lace, fabric, ribbon and gems. And the style, which is industrial, autumn, floral, Edith, obviously Edith Holden, shabby chic and nature. So I roll ones for each of these categories that I've just read out, and each one has a number 1 to 6, and wherever the dice lands, that's what I do tomorrow. Mr. F's looking like shell-shocked.
Judy, I think it was Judy, was just asking where's the Tyvek tutorial. Maybe you'd like to explain.
I did say on one of the videos that I did. See, we're finding out now who watches the videos. That I'd taken up all the video in time this week, doing the one for the roller prompt that I do every day, the getting ready for Mr. Green video, the giveaway video, and so there wasn't any time for Mr. F to do it. Sorry.
I got sidelined.
Yeah. No, he was really busy. I mean, because doing videos is not just doing the video. You know, you've got to edit it and process it and do this with it and that with it and the other with it. And he does all of that. So by the time he'd finished all of that, there wasn't much time left. Maybe next week. I'm not promising anything, because if I promise, then, you know, they'll go wrong.
It's a bit like when they're showing a repeat of something, but something better comes along, so they take it off.
No, the Tyvek one will come, because it's really interesting. When we first got Tyvek and played with it, which must be about 8 years ago, we had a high old time, didn't we?
A high old time.
We really did, though, didn't we? We had real fun with that Tyvek.
Wrapped an entire tree in it.
Yeah, we did wrap an entire tree. Then we painted it like a tree. And then, anyway, I don't want to spoil the shock. I was going to say, I don't want to spoil the surprise. Right, the type. You can't have the same thing 2 days running. So I can't have journaling card. So if it lands on 2, I have to roll again. It's landed on 2, so I'll just be rolling that again. 6. Okay. That's a good one. What is it? Tummy tuck. Okay. Let's write that down on my list. Tummy tuck. Hey. Enter stage left. Colour. 2 is white. That's interesting. That was a suggestion by our lovely Keong as well. I asked for help on one of the videos if anybody had any ideas, and Keong had several, let's say, which is very helpful. So the next one is the paper that I'll be using. 6, that's 12 by 12. That's okay. By 12 by 12, I mean you can use 8 by 8, you know, a paper pad if you've got one. If not, substitute something else. 12 by 12. Next one is the focal point. Wait, it's 2. Can you see that there? 2. Which is... Oh, no, can't have it. It's receipt or ticket. You can't have them back to back.
Remember the rules.
Them's the rules. 3, can you see that? It's a 3. It's a 3, which is a sticker. Yay! I like stickers. I love them. I love Peter Rabbit too. Decoration. 6, gems. That'll please Jen. This is a new addition to our list. Gems. And, oh, I haven't marked that in. Mark that in the big red book. And a style. Please be kind to me. 4 is Edith. Okay. Edith.
Bit of a challenge.
Well, so let's just check this through. A tummy tuck, which for those of you that don't normally follow us, and you know, you're really, really welcome and thanks for joining in. But we don't like the word belly band. We think it's just a little bit rude, a little crass. So we've renamed it tummy tuck. So it's a tummy tuck using white, 12 by 12. I'm going to have to use the reverse, aren't I, of a piece of 12 by 12 paper. A sticker, yeah, that's all right. Gems. You can always chuck gems at things, can't you? And it's Edith. Oh my goodness. It's not an easy one to have Edith with. But never mind, I'll get my thinking cap on.
Pot of gesso.
Yeah, pot of gesso. This is a page of Edith. Now it's white. So I'll pop my big red book away until tomorrow when we'll be rolling for Monday. And there we have it. So I shall see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the same time as this. Oh, let me bring my card in so you can see what we've done. I do quite like it. I don't know how, it seems to work. It's blingy, you know, this is quite blingy, and yet everything else looks really grungy, but somehow, to me, in my mind, it works. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this and didn't think, you know, you're just indulging a sad old woman who's gone off her head. So I'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, which is the same time as this one, 4 o'clock UK time, where we'll do it all again, except with Edith. So behave yourselves until then. You've been very good by what I can see today. I don't think any of you have been too naughty. See you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your lovely comments. See you tomorrow. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.